Mike Somodean, Regional Instructor with the NWFA, and I want to talk about a situation we all run into. We're going into an existing installation that we're going to have to sand and refinish, and we're going to be dealing with gaps. Now, we're going to have seasonal gaps, big or smaller, depending on the time of year when we do the job. One situation we will probably all run into is an excessively big gap, where we have an example right here. A regular wood filler is not going to be a permanent solution for something like this. So one solution we have is cutting slivers or Dutchmen. They're basically very thin strips of the same type of material. I've already cut a few here, and we're going to demonstrate cutting one. The interesting thing about these, they actually have an angle, so the top is actually wider than the bottom. We usually put like a 3 to 5 degree angle, and that's going to be on just one side of it. It's going to be a matched species, and then the reason for the angle, our gap is not going to be consistent throughout, so it might widen at one end, it might be narrower at the other. Because of the angle, once we insert the sliver, it's going to be higher and lower. It's going to go deeper or less deep, depending on how wide that gap is. We will apply adhesive to it, but the adhesive should be applied to just one side. That way, your sliver is going to become part of one board, and we're not going to end up gluing two boards together. We're still going to allow that floor to function naturally. And now we're going to demonstrate cutting one. So here we have the exact same species. We want to make sure we have the full thickness on it. So if we have relief cuts, we don't want to cut in that area of it. I have a 90-degree angle here, and what I'm going to do on the table saw, you can use a feather board or a regular jig for it. We are going to put a 5-degree, anywhere from 3 to 5 degree bevel on the blade. It's going to be tool specific. It might tilt one way or another. In my case, it's going to tilt that way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reference the top side of the board so that my angle ends up, I'm exaggerating, but something like that. Okay, and there we have it. Thicker at the top, thinner at the bottom, smooth sides on both. And this is what we're going to use. Let's go into installing it. So we have our different slivers cut here. You're going to want to cut different thicknesses if you got multiple places throughout the house. And like I said, in my situation, because of the way the gap looks, I'm going to apply glue on that side of it, so that it becomes part of this row instead of that row.
We don't have a battery actually. Yeah. We need them in the store.
Okay. Now that the sliver is installed, we are going to let that glue set, and then we can either use a block plane or just a regular flush cut saw. We're going to trim it down to almost the surface of our existing floor. Once everything's sanded, it's going to look like the gap was not even there. Thank you.